Okay, YouTube is not letting me connect. It did earlier. I cannot explain why. City Council is seated. You've seen the pre-announcements there. Again, not a clue why it won't connect. I just simply know it won't. Go figure. We're connected to the internet. We can do everything but go on YouTube Live. So I'm having to, tape delay this. Sorry for that. Still learning this technology. Still learning how to do this whole video thing. Anyway, Ashburn City Council, August 1st, 6 p.m. 2024. From your left to your right, Jermaine Rockwell, Sheldon Smith, the attorney. They don't have one right now. Mayor Sandra Lumpkin, Vice Mayor Andrea Pierce, Jermaine Rockwell. No, that's Jermaine on that end. That's Corey Jordan, and on the far end is John Burgess. There's the city manager, Darrell Hall. All righty.
everybody. Thank you all for being with us tonight for our August 2024 regular city council meeting. I would like, please, for everyone to stand and join us in a moment of silence to be followed by the invocation.
Eternal Father, we thank you for letting us have safe traveling grace here to the municipal court building here in Ashburn, Georgia. And we ask you for safe traveling grace back to our safe places. Lord, we ask you to cover our bereaved family for these days where they lost loved ones. Lord, we ask you to let the mayor, the city manager, as well as the standing-in clerk and the city council make the best decision for the city of Ashburn, as well as the citizens of Ashburn. Lord, we ask you to keep our small city covered in your grace. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please let the minutes reflect that all our city council members, city clerk, and the mayor are in attendance at our meeting. At this moment, I would like to ask for a motion to approve the agenda.
I for a motion to approve the agenda with items added to number 9, where we have a guest speaker, Mr. Ben Walker, as well as concerned citizens. Second.
May I have a motion to approve?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. This time I'd ask for a motion to approve the regular council meeting minutes of our July 11th, 2024 council meeting.
I for a motion to approve the July 11, 2024 regular council meeting.
Have a motion, may I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries, thank you. You have in your packet a letter of resignation from our former city attorney, Mr. Gary Lamar. I would like to ask for a motion to accept that resignation.
I'll offer motion.
I have a motion, may I have a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Thank you. Motion carries. Mr. Hall, I will turn this next item over to you.
Item number 8, you have in your packet an agreement from Denmark Ashby attorney. So we interviewed Mr. Denmark and he put together a proposal. You have it in your packet, and he proposes, if you flip over to number 7, item number 7, he gives, talks about the charges. So this particular contract allows for him to bill us at a rate of $180 per hour for legal consulting.
Questions, comments?
I asked to not vote due to the fact that I was not present at the interview.
Anyone else?
I want to make a motion to hire.
I'm sorry, Mr. Burgess.
She got a motion to hire.
We have a motion on the table from Councilmember Burgess to accept the application of Mr. Denmark as our city attorney. May I have a second?
I second.
I have a second. All in favor?
Nay.
Any opposed?
I do.
Any, call the roll on the vote, please. Councilmember Burgess,
Yes.
Councilmember, Corey Jordan,
Yes.
Councilmember Smith,
Yes.
Councilmember Rockwell,
Yes.
and Councilmember Pierce.
No.
All right, motion is 4-1, motion carries. Thank you.
Ms. Duncan, can I just, interject just for a second to make sure that the council is voting on the contract for $180 per hour? Cause we have two.
The you're talking about the
Right.
first contract?
Right, we wanna make sure that we are approving the one for $180 per hour, not the one for the 5,000.
Is everybody clear on that?
Off motion, I did mark, at an hourly rate of $180 for the, city law.
We just need to amend the motion and add 180 per hour to it. Actually, Councilman Burgess, if you would amend your motion and add 180 per hour,
I made a motion to add $180 per hour.
Have a motion, to amend the first motion. May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is a request from Mr. Ben Walker. He filled out the form to make a speaker's appearance. Mr. Walker?
Well,
Please
show
know you
mine.
have to limit your comments to 5 minutes.
I'm just waiting my 5 minutes on that. I'm gonna use a couple minutes really. Hi, can a citizen live in Ashburn, Georgia, and don't have a 5 minutes to speak? Something is wrong. The meeting don't last 18 minutes. And the citizen ain't got but 5. We need to reconsider that. And if we don't have no more time in that for the citizen, I think we should just call it quit and let's get some new people that got time for the city of Ashburn. Cause right now, we don't have time for the city of Ashburn. All we wanna do is draw a paycheck and go home. Because if I were elected city council, I would sit there 2 hours if I have to listen to what the citizens of Ashburn have to say. But I'm gonna let that go at that. But what I'll come here today to talk about, we had a sale. And we got so much going on with the sale, we decide to find out, the people wanna know what is what. Because, a lot of rumors get out and we don't know. So I wanna talk to the city manager that is in charge of the city. So the city manager, can you tell me what went on with the sale? Tell me and the citizens what went on with that sale and how it formulated.
Mr. Walker, actually, according to the rules and regulations, we don't have to respond to your remarks. If you need to speak to someone, are you talking about the auction of the vehicles?
That's right.
Okay. You would probably need to come to City Hall and speak to either Mr. Hall personally. I had no knowledge of it, so I can't tell you anything. I don't know how much the council members knew about it, but.
I thought that saying is to the elected official. He is not an elected official, he's a high employee. You can talk to the employee, not the elected official, correct?
Well, that's correct.
All right, I'd like to hear from Darren Hall, it took place. Because I think this is the second time we done had this problem with stuff being sold and the citizens don't know nothing about it. So Mr. Hall, will you please tell me and the citizen how this sale come about?
I will be happy to meet with you or any other citizen who has a concern about the way that happened. I will be in the office tomorrow. I'll be happy to meet with any one of you all to discuss and show you the whole process about that sale.
Darren Hall, that ain't the way it goes, son.
Well, you don't get to tell Darrell Hall how to do his
Well,
job.
I
This is who tells me.
like for the city councilman to consider replacing that guy because he don't want to work with the citizens. Sometimes we hire people, we think we in charge, but we're not in charge. The citizen people are in charge. And we voted for you all to make the correct citizen, to get a city manager that's willing to talk to the people in the public. This is not a private owned job here. He worked for us. He worked for me, he He worked for Howard, he worked for you, Miss Lumpkin, he worked for you, Rockwell, Shelton, Johnny Burger, Corey, he worked for us. Everybody here he worked for. He don't work for himself. So if he can't speak to the citizen, I ask the city council to go make a decision to release him of his job, and they have a professional city manager that can do the job. And I'm done.
Is your concern just?
My concern is just I want to know how the process come on, because we got so many rumors going on about this car sale.
I mean, can you speak more?
Yeah, I want to know because somebody said, I'm gonna tell you what it said now. That Darrell Hall and the chief of police got together and decided to have the sale. They said some of you all didn't even know nothing about the sale.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Okay, so what I'm telling you, if you don't know nothing about the sale, it's a very weak city manager to have a meeting without the whole council. When you're dealing with city and you're dealing with city people, you got to meet with the whole council at the same time. You can't make phone calls and talk to each individual. You didn't know nothing about it. I think we got another council that didn't know nothing about it. That person there, if you raise your hand. Miss Perry didn't even know nothing about it.
So you're not concerned with a certain council just getting all the people?
I'm talking about all the whole thing, nobody individual. Because if you didn't know nothing about it, you don't know nothing about it.
But they did know about it. They got like 15 vehicles. So your impartiality just in being biased just towards Johnny.
No.
You're not going to hold him accountable.
No, Johnny didn't.
Darren isn't compromised.
Could I speak on that?
Okay, go ahead.
Johnny ain't made no option to sell no car. Darrell Hall's job was to sell Johnny Burger or you. I cannot do it before I sit and talk to all the council. If Johnny told him to sell him and he sold him, that's his fault. If you sat there and told him to tell him, it's his fault. I can't bring you a Rockwell in on something that's not your responsibility.
I think it's accountability on both sides. I mean,
Well,
the perception of just buying all the vehicles.
Okay, I can let me tell you this. Listen,
I'm gonna speak up for myself.
let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Just 1 minute.
Okay.
I'm in a meeting. No, I don't wanna hear it. I'll speak up for Johnny Burgess. You speak up for you. The way the sale came about, everybody wanted to get rid of the junk vehicles. I'm gonna tell you like the rule. So we told Mr. Hall to put a sale together. Now, when the sale came about, some council might not know about it, but everybody knew it was gonna be a sale. I'm gonna tell you like it was. And so, the way they did it,
That's not true.
the way they did it, they said the council had first choice, then the employees, and then it was gonna be the public. So when they got on.
Can I stop you right now? And then I want to
So when
talk
it
about
got on and got going, they said the council was first. So I said, about 2 cars at first. And then when I found out that after they said the council get first choice, about 2 cars, the next day, I came back. I said, after the council get what they want, I want all the cars. That was the rule.
I've been here.
Mr. Hall even bought a car. I said, Mr. Hall, you got 2 bills. I said, they said the council get first choice. So I went and got one to call from Mr. Hall. Because they said the council had first choice.
Okay, Mr.
And
President.
I did that, and I bought the cars.
All right.
Because they said the council had first choice.
Well, how the council get first choice?
How the council get choice?
Yeah, who made that decision?
Yeah, who was
Just
they?
the rules.
That what rule?
They came up with it, that's what I'm saying.
Could you
Who
name
is
who-
they?
The council didn't come up with it.
Who came up with it? What you got the rule for? What
Who
the
is
rule
they?
It wasn't a rule. They just came up with it.
But who was
It
they?
wasn't the council.
for? Who was it?
Huh?
So.
Who the people was? Name them.
People.
that-
Who the one to make that
rule
decision?
You said that the council.
City manager make the call. Not the council.
Here's the thing.
And I didn't tell nobody to do nothing with no call. When I found out about it, I voted on it.
So you telling me that the city manager made that decision without getting into it with all the city council?
I've been going on 4 years. I've been interested in no car. All of a sudden, Johnny get here, so the car's being sold.
And
I
that's
bought car back in 2018, the same one you took and had posted on there. I've been had that car since 2015. Y'all put it on Facebook saying I just bought it.
Well, Mr. Burgess, who what date that was affected on you? When they made that law for the sale car?
Read the paper. It in the paper.
It's in the paper now?
Yes, sir.
the point I want to ask you.
And it's legal.
It's legal, and no wrong with it legal. But the point is, the car belong to the citizen like they do the city manager, the councilman out. The problem I wanna know, that we still ain't got an answer. Who is the people that make the decision that we're gonna have a sale on that day? Who are the people, we wanna hear the name, not just.
I just said, Mr. Hall. I think we did the same thing.
Mr. Hall by
Eddie Burns
himself?
bought all the cars from the city and the county. And
So,
even with the speaking in 5 minutes, you was the county commissioner, y'all spoke for 3 minutes. Y'all gave people 3 minutes instead of 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting off protocol with this meeting. I can't allow this to continue any further. We're gonna move on.
but I wanna say this, Ms. Lofton, this is a very important meeting that you cutting off. This is very important to the citizens. Even though you wanna cut it off, this is very important to us, that's why we're here. That's why we're here. I have been to the meeting the last 18 minutes. That's included praying off. But now we got to cut off because we got people asking questions. All we want to know, did everybody know about the car sale and what day they decide to have the sale and who decided to have the sale on that date? Some of the parents didn't know because they didn't make the decision because they didn't know.
All right, understand that. Thank you. You made your point. Thank you all very much for your comments. I appreciate it. The next item on the agenda is our 2025 LMIG program, which is where we get funding to pay for the paving of our city streets. Mr. Hall, would you like to address that, please?
Yes, we have $68,412 that has been dedicated to the city of Ashburn through GDOT, which is called our LMIG funds. We have to designate a road to use this 68,000 plus a 10% match with the city. I have had conversations with the council, but I wanted to bring it back for the council to make sure everybody is informed of what road we want to use this money on. There were some who said Reagan at the intersection of Reagan and Harrison. Be mindful, it's only 68,000 and it only do a small portion. So what I would like for the council to do is give me a directive on which road you all want me to use this money on.
That rate, and that's already planned, that road already should be planned to get paid, right?
That road is listed in our, T-Splotch that comes out in, I believe, we won't get the money until 2027, I believe. But it is listed on T-Splotch to pay the whole road. Yes, it is, but we can use this on that portion that's breaking up.
I mean, before you got here, I think Caldwell, we had a plan to finish up Walnut.
The rest.
Not.
Cul-de-sac and, I believe,
Okay, so
I
excuse me.
think the council has already approved doing Reagan Street at a previous meeting
Yes,
when we first found out how much money we were gonna get for this.
So we take the same approach she did, just save it for 2 years and then.
okay, so earlier this year, the governor, under his discretionary fund, issued a contribution LMIG. So we have another almost $90,000 that we're about to get this year. And so my instruction was to use it for the rest of the roads in Hannahville. This is 2025. This is,
That's not gonna, I mean, 3 roads on that, what, 150?
156,000 is what we paid for the 3 roads.
We gonna front the rest? I mean, the rest of it, you said on
This doesn't have a match, so it's up to the council. If you all say, I mean, we can use this 68,000 also for that road, which is why I came to you all, because there were some who already told me to list Reagan as the road, which is why I come to the council.
My opinion, Reagan already on that T-Splotch for 227, let's go ahead and finish Walnut and the cul-de-sac, Walnut and Hannahville, that's my opinion.
It's like 4 left.
Right, there is, I believe there's 4 roads left in Hannahville.
I think the proper thing to do is, because the council has already previously approved doing Reagan, that we proceed with that plan. I think we've already notified the state that that's the street we want to do.
We haven't notified the state on this. I'm waiting for direction from the council.
That's on T-Splotch.
T-Splotch is yes, we've already notified the state We have, I believe 27 roads, if I'm thinking correctly, about $1.4 million that we're gonna get in 2027, to pave roads within the city limits of Ashburn.
So are you telling me that they've got to approve Reagan again? Do we have to vote on it again?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
What I'm saying is I need directions from the council to tell me what road to use this money on. That's all I'm asking.
You guys gonna chime in?
I would rather it be added together, that you can do more with more money. Because if we already decided to finish of the cul-de-sacs on Lee, and we don't do it, you don't tell a citizen you're gonna do something and you don't finish it.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, you want to bank this 68,000 and use the 89,000 to finish the Hannahville, the four remaining of the Hannahville. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's my opinion, but.
I'm with that, that's the same approach we take, so I'm with that.
Okay. Would I be out of order to ask you all to take an official vote to at least put this money with the finish out that road?
I offer a motion to add the $68,000 to the $90,000 to finish off the cul-de-sac down Lee for the Hannahville area.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries, thank you. There being no further business on the regular, agenda, I'm going to ask for a motion to go into executive session to discuss personnel.
I offer a motion to go into executive session to discuss personnel.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.